Right. Coming to today's class, yeah, transistorized differential amplifier. So why it is called? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Thank you, ma. Thank you. So, so today this is the main topic of first unit. The transistorized differential amplifier. Why we called? Why it is called as transistorized differential amplifier means in the same subject LIC. We learn the differential amplifier using IC also. The differential amplifier using IC also we'll learn in the third unit. But here the differential amplifier uses the transistors. That's why it is called transistorized differential amplifier. The first unit entered based on the transistors devices. Okay, so that's why it is the named it as transistorized differential amplifier. The same concept we'll learn using IC in the third unit. That already learned the differential amplifier is also called difference amplifier. The difference amplifier is also called subtractor. The difference amplifier is also called subtractor, right? So that is that we'll discuss and that we'll learn in the third unit, the linear applications of op amp, right? In that we develop the amplifier difference amplifier circuit using operation amplifier IC. But here in the first unit we develop or we design the differential amplifier circuit using transistors. That's why it is called transistorized differential amplifier. Okay, so to develop transistorized differential amplifier, here I am considering I am taking two emitter bias circuits which are identical in characteristics. The transistorized differential amplifier basically uses the emitter bias circuits which are identical in characteristics. These are the two emitter bias circuits. Why it is called emitter bias means we are providing some biasing, voltage VEE to the emitter terminal of transistor. It's called emitter bias circuits. So there are two emitter bias circuits. First one, this is VCC and minus VEE, and Q1 is the first transistor and first emitter bias circuit, and Q2 and this circuit is second emitter bias circuit. In order to design differential amplifier, I am considering initially two emitter bias circuits. Okay, I'm considering initially two emitter bias circuits. Okay, so coming to features of these two emitter bias circuits, what are the features of these two emitter bias circuit means the transistors Q1 and Q2 have exactly matched characteristics. The transistors Q1 and Q2 have exactly matched characteristics. Matched characteristics means transistors ki manaki actual ga gains ఉంటాయి, current gain, voltage gain. Similarly, some leakages current, some alpha, some beta అని alpha మనకి మీరు చూసుంటారు, alpha, beta, gamma, right? Those are the values, those are the parameters of a transistor: voltage gain, current gain, right? So alane some we are having some leakage current due to minority carriers, right? So those leakage currents and the basic currents flowing through transistor, that is base current, emitter current. Similarly, the H parameters, H values, right? So those all are identical or equal uh, for these two emitter bias circuits, right? That for these two transistors. That's why I'm considering the two transistors Q1 and Q2 have exactly matched characteristics. The characteristics of both transistors must be identical. While designing the differential amplifier, we have to take the two transistors Q1 Q2 which have exactly matched characteristics. Okay, and another consideration, the two collector resistances RC1 and RC2 are also equal. The two collector resistance values RC1 and RC2 also equal. While considering the emitter bias circuits, we have to remember some consideration. We have to take some consideration. First one, the Q1 and Q2 have perfect exactly matched characteristics, and the resistance of collector 1 collector 1 and the resistance of collector 2 RC2 both are identical. Similarly, the resistances RE1 and RE2 also identical. The resistances RE1 and RE2 are also same. So remember, the transistors both Q1 and Q2 have equal matched characteristics. The collector resistance are same. The emitter resistance are same, right? So by taking those considerations, we'll design a transistorized differential amplifier using emitter bias circuits, right? See, the two transistors Q1, Q2 have exactly matched characteristics. The two collector resistances are equal while the two emitter resistances are also equal. Then RC1 equal to RC2, RE1 equal to RE2. Similarly, magnitudes of VCC and V minus VE are also same. Magnitudes are same. Sign is different, but the magnitude is same. Whether it is 12 volts or whether it is 15 volts or whether it is 9 volts, anything, the magnitude is same. Okay, the magnitude is same. So the differential amplifier can be obtained such two emitter bias circuits. So by using these two emitter bias circuits, we will design a transistorized differential amplifier. Okay, then how it is achieved? ఈ రెండు యూజ్ చేసి ఎలా డిఫరెన్షియల్ యాంప్లిఫైయర్ ని మనం డిజైన్ చేస్తాం. How we achieve a differential amplifier circuit using these two identical emitter bias circuits. Okay, so for that, in order to achieve this differential amplifier, here if you observe this thing, right, this is achieved by connecting emitter E1 of Q1, emitter of Q1 transistor to the emitter of Q2, emitter of Q1 transistor to the emitter of Q2. So this is the differential amplifier circuit, right? Here if you observe here, emitter of Q1 is connected to emitter of Q2. Okay, emitter of Q1 is connected to emitter of Q2. Okay, right. So this is achieved by connecting emitter of Q1 to emitter of Q2. Due to this, RE1 appears in parallel with RE2, and the combination can be replaced by the single resistance denoted by RE. When you are connecting these two emitter resistances, this first emitter resistance and second emitter resistance, when you are connecting the emitter of Q1 to the emitter of Q2, this RE1 and RE2 becomes parallel. This RE1 and RE2 becomes parallel. Okay, this RE1 and RE2 becomes parallel. So when these two are parallel, the parallel resistance, the value of the parallel resistance value of RE1 RE2 will be denoted by replaced by the single resistance RE. So where RE is RE1 parallel to RE2, that is RE1 into RE2 by RE1 plus RE2. The value of RE here is RE1 into RE2 by RE1 plus RE2. So here in the place of RE1 and RE2, parallel combination of RE1 and RE2, here I have placed single resistance RE, where the value of RE is parallel value, RE1 into RE2 by RE1 plus RE2. Okay, so similarly, coming to this circuit, this differential amplifier. So here, how differential amplifier is obtained means by connecting emitter of Q1 with the emitter of Q2. So this is the first emitter biased section, and this one is second emitter biased circuit section. So these two circuits are used to develop a differential amplifier circuit. So for that, I am connecting emitter of Q1 with the emitter of Q2. While connecting emitter of Q1 with the emitter of Q2, the emitter resistance RE1 becomes parallel with the emitter resistance RE2. So the parallel resistance value I have replaced with the resistance RE. Okay, is it clear? Right. Then coming to input section, input of transistor Q1. Here I'm applying, the base of B1 of Q1 is connected to input 1. This is input 1, right? VS1 is input 1, Vs2 is input 2. Already we know that differential amplifier amplifies the difference between two input signal. Now what is the difference between normal amplifier and differential amplifier? Means differential amplifier will be used when when the amplifier has two inputs. When the amplifier has two inputs, we use differential amplifier. Okay, so here this is the circuit diagram. So here I have applied two inputs, Vs1 and Vs2. Okay, so the Vs1 is applied to base of Q1, the Vs2 is applied to base of Q2. Okay, so here I am taking the output V0 between two collector terminals, right? So here the collector, this is the collector 1 of Q1, this is collector 2 of Q2. So here I am measuring the output of differential amplifier between the two collectors of the transistor. Generally, మనం CE amplifier గానీ any amplifier will measure output across the collector only with respect to ground, right? మీరు ఏ CE amplifier circuit చూడండి, feedback amplifier any circuit చూస్తే మనం always we measured output across collector and the ground. Similarly here we are having two transistors and two collectors. Here the output is measured between two collectors. If the output is measured between two collectors, this output is called balanced output. Okay, so very important point. When the output is taken between two collectors, that output is called balanced output. When the output is taken between two collectors, see here the output can be taken between two collectors or between any one of the collector and ground. Okay, between any one of the collector and ground, then I will explain. So the output, when the output is taken between two collectors, none of them is grounded, then it is called balanced output or double-ended output or floating output. Okay, when the output is taken between two collectors, none of them is ground, then the output is considered as called as balanced output. Suppose if the output is taken between any one of the ground, any one of the collector and the ground, when the output is taken between any one of the collector, either collector 1 or collector 2, any one of the collector with respect to ground, that is called unbalanced output or single-ended output. That is called unbalanced output or single-ended output. If you observe this thing PPT, yeah, right. See, if you observe this one, this is called unbalanced output. Here I am taking, see the heading only, it's saying unbalanced output, right? Here I am measuring the output between the collector of Q1 with respect to ground. That's why it is called unbalanced output. Okay, that's why it is called unbalanced output. Here the output is measured between two collectors, collector 1 and collector 2. That's why it is called balanced output, right? It is called balanced output. Okay, so see, when the output is taken between any one of the collector and the ground, it is called unbalanced output or single-ended output. If the output is taken between two collectors and none of them is grounded, then it is called balanced output, a double-ended output or floating output. So this is the basic differential amplifier configuration, which is dual input and balanced output differential amplifier. This one is dual input balanced output differential amplifier. Okay, this is a basic differential amplifier configuration. How it was built, and by using two emitter bias circuits. So here these two emitters are one emitter of the transistor connected to another emitter of transistor 2. That's why it is also called emitter coupled differential amplifier. So if you if you observe this thing, yeah, see such an amplifier is called emitter coupled differential amplifier. Okay, so Okay, so this is dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So this is the basic configuration of differential amplifier. Why it is called dual input balanced output differential amplifier? Dual input, we are applying two inputs, VS1 and VS2. That's why it is called dual input. Balanced output, why it is called balanced output means we are measuring output between two collectors of the two transistors. That's why it is called balanced output differential amplifier. So then the entire circuit is called dual input balanced output differential amplifier, right? So if you observe the PPT, right, see, these are the basic four configurations of differential amplifier. It's a very important question for the short answers questions. Okay, what are the configurations of differential amplifier? The differential amplifier in the used in input state, I mean used in the op amp, can be used in four configurations. First one, dual input balanced output differential amplifier. This one, dual input balanced output differential amplifier. It's called dual input balanced output means here I am applying two inputs VS1 and VS2 dual input. I am taking the output between two collectors, collector of Q1, collector of Q2. That's why it's called balanced output. Okay, and the second one, dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. So see, dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. Why it is called dual input unbalanced output means here I am applying two inputs similar to first one, two input dual input, but the output is taken between one collector with respect to ground, not between two collectors. Here I am taking the output between one collector, any collector, Q1 avachchu, Q2 avachchu, either of the collector. Okay, but with respect to ground, one collector and with respect to ground, that is called unbalanced output or single-ended output. It is also called single-ended output. So this is the circuit diagram of dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier. This is the second configuration of differential amplifier. Third configuration, single input balanced output differential amplifier. See, single input balanced output differential amplifier. See, here I have applied the input VS1 to the transistor Q1. I'm not applying any input to base of Q2. Here I'm base of Q2 is grounded. So this is single input, but the output is taken between two collector terminals V0. That's why it is called single input balanced output differential amplifier. And the last one, single input unbalanced output differential amplifier. మీరు ఆల్రెడీ మీ మైండ్ లో వచ్చి ఉంటుంది ఎలా ఉంటుందో సర్క్యూట్, రైట్? సో హియర్ ఇన్పుట్ ఈస్ VS1, హియర్ సెకండ్ ఇన్పుట్ ఈస్ గ్రౌండెడ్. ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చమ్మా, ఇది గ్రౌండ్ చేసుకొని దీనికి ఇన్పుట్ ఇవ్వచ్చు సెకండ్ ట్రాన్సిస్టర్ కి. ఓకే, ఏదర్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్పుట్, ఏదైనా ఒక ఇన్పుట్ మనకు అప్లై అవుతుంది. నాట్ VS1 అండ్ VS2 రెండు యూజ్ చేయట్లేదు సింగిల్ ఇన్పుట్ యాంప్లిఫైర్స్ లో. వీఆర్ యూజింగ్ ఓన్లీ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇన్పుట్, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఇస్ VS1 ఆర్ VS2, ఏదైనా యూజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో హియర్ ఐఎమ్ అప్లయింగ్ VS1. ఓకే, Q1 కి నేను ఇన్పుట్ అప్లై చేస్తున్నా. ఐఎమ్ నాట్ అప్లయింగ్ ఎనీ ఇన్పుట్ టు ద Q2, but I have taken a output between one of the collector with respect to ground. That's why it is unbalanced output, single input. So single input and unbalanced output differential amplifier. So these are the four configurations of differential amplifiers: dual input balanced output differential amplifier, dual input unbalanced output differential amplifier, single input balanced output differential amplifier, single input unbalanced output differential amplifier. Okay, is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. So this is the very important question. Write the write the configurations of differential amplifier. Okay, they ask the names only, short answer question. You have to write these four types. Okay, next. Yeah, now coming to modes of operation of differential amplifier. So the basic differential amplifier, dual input balanced output differential, I mean those four configurations will be operated in two modes. One is differential mode, second one is common mode. One is differential mode, second one is common mode. Okay, so differential mode ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే when two inputs when two input signals are of same magnitude but opposite polarity, that is 180 degrees out of phase. Let us consider Vs1 is plus 10 volts, Vs2 is minus 10 volts. Both have equal magnitude 10 volts, but the sign is changed. Vs1 is positive, Vs2 is negative, negative 10. Vs1 is plus 10, Vs2 is minus 10. So if I apply those two input signals to the two transistors Q1 and Q2, the differential amplifier operated in differential mode. Suppose if I apply Vs1 and Vs2, both are plus 10 volts only, or both are minus 10 volts only. That means equal in amplitude, equal in magnitude as well as phase. Same phase lo untayi. That means no negative sign. I mean no difference of sign. Okay. So Vs1 equal to Vs2. Already discussed last classes lo. When both the input signals are equal, the differential amplifier operated in common mode, right? Here what he discussed, what he mentioned, what he explained here. So the differential amplifier operated in common mode when two input signals are of equal in magnitude, also phase. So when different that differential amplifier operated in differential mode when both the input signals are not equal. When the input signals are not equal, the differential amplifier operated in differential mode. When the input signals are equal, the differential amplifier operated in common mode. Okay, right? Is it clear? Now coming to the operation. So this is the differential mode of operation. So here I have considered dual input balanced output differential amplifier. The basic configuration already చెప్పాను. There's a basic configuration of differential amplifier. Dual input balanced output differential amplifier. Dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So here if you now we'll take the differential mode. Okay, differential mode lo how the differential amplifier will operate. Okay, so for that, so when the differential amplifier operated in differential mode means when both the input signals are not equal. When both the input signals of two transistors are not equal, the differential amplifier operated in differential mode. Okay, here I am considering uh, two input signals Vs1 and Vs2 which are equal in magnitude, which are, wait a minute, yeah, here I'm considering two input signals Vs1 and Vs2 which are equal in magnitude but 180 degrees out of phase. That means 180 degrees means negative. Okay, so here I'm taking, suppose here it is plus 10, it is minus 10. Okay, so in order to um, generate the signals Vs1 and Vs2 with opposite polarity, I have used a center tap transformer. Center tap transformer. So first half of the primary winding, first half of the secondary winding, I have used the positive going signal, and second half of the secondary winding, I have taken negative going input signal. Okay, so here this the secondary winding, this is the ground center tap transformer, that's why it is called center tap transformer. So first half of the secondary winding nunchi I have taken positive going input signal, and second part of the secondary winding I have taken a negative going input signal. So but the magnitudes are same, only phase only out of phase, both are out of phase. Okay, the phase difference is 180 degrees. That's why for positive and negative sign, plus 10 volts, let us consider for example plus 10, minus 10, or plus 5, minus 5. Okay, so here I'm applying a positive going signal to the base terminal of Q1 transistor, and here I have applied, I am applying a negative going, a negative going, and okay, I'm applying a negative going input signal Vs2 to the base of Q2, right? And we already know CE amplifier, basic amplifier, CE amplifier. how much phase shift it is generated across the collector if you apply input to the base with a positive going input. What about the output of that CE amplifier at the collector? How much phase shift it is generated? Anyone?
180 degrees.
180 degrees, right? That's why here if I here I'm applying positive going input Vs1, but across the collector of Q1 we are getting a negative going output. That means if you observe this two, this is the first transistor output, and this one is the first transistor input. If you observe the difference between input and output, here the output is 180 degrees phase of the input signal. Similarly, for Q2, we are applying Vs2 with negative phase shift, right? 180 degrees phase shift. So across the collector, we are getting positive going signal. Okay. So here plus 10, if you apply plus 10 to the base of Q1, we are getting output at collector of Q1 minus 10. If you apply minus 10 to the base of Q2, you are getting output as plus 10 at the collector of Q2. Okay. So this is how what he explained here using the waveforms. Okay. So coming to emitters, okay, coming to emitter part. So here this the action takes place at the emitter of Q1 and Q2 is emitter follower action. Emitter follower action, nothing but if the positive going signal applied to base of the transistor, that positive current flowing through emitter of Q1. Similarly, if you apply negative input to the base of Q2, the current flowing through emitter of Q2 is negative current minus. Okay. So because why it is positive, if you apply positive input to the base of Q1, you are getting the positive current flowing through emitter due to emitter follower action. Similarly, if you apply negative input voltage to the base of Q2, we are the negative current flowing through emitter of Q2 due to emitter follower action. So here through this emitter of Q1, we are getting a positive current, right? Because of emitter follower action. Through emitter of Q2, we are getting a negative current because of negative input applied to base of the Q2. So when it comes to this point plus 10 minus 10, due to here we are combining these two, emitter of Q1 is combined with emitter of Q2. So if when the both collectors both the currents are equal in magnitude but opposite in polarity, those two currents are cancel each other. Those two currents are cancel each other. So when those two currents are cancel each other due to the opposite polarities of current direction, so whenever the current is zero, the voltage developed across the emitter is also becomes zero. That means there is no feedback is applied to this differential amplifier, the dual input balanced output differential amplifier through emitter. ఓకే, ఈ ఎమిటర్ నుంచి ఎటువంటి ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అనేది నెగిటివ్ గోయింగ్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అనేది మనకి అప్లై అవ్వట్లేదు. వై? బికాస్ డ్యూ టు దిస్ ఆపోజిట్ polarity currents, these two currents are cancel each other. When the two collectors are currents are cancel each other, then the voltage across RE becomes zero. That means there is no negative feedback is applied to this differential amplifier. Okay, so that is what he explained here and what I explained here. So coming to the collector section, that is output measured across the collectors, right? So coming to collector side, so if you apply plus 10, we are getting minus 10. If you apply minus 10, we are getting plus 10, right? Here this is the balanced output differential amplifier. That means we are measuring output between two collector terminals. So if you apply the output between two collector terminals, if it is minus 10 volts, if it is minus 10 volts, and if it is plus 10 volts, if it is plus 10 volts, if you measure output between these two collector terminals of two transistors, the the final output becomes plus 10 minus of minus 10. That means 20 volts అవుట్పుట్ అనేది మనకి వస్తుంది అక్రాస్ ద collectors. Okay, that means the balanced output of this dual input balanced output differential amplifier is double of your magnitude of input. Okay, it is in the case of balanced output only. If it is in the case of single-ended output or unbalanced output, the magnitude of output must be equal to, I mean, almost equal to the magnitude of input. But in the case of balanced output, the output is the twice of the magnitude of input signals. So here the same explanation I have explained in the PDF also. So coming to the operation differential mode, if you observe the thing here, in the differential mode, the two input signals are different from each other. Consider two input signals which are same in magnitude but 180 degrees out of phase. These signals with opposite phase can be obtained from center tap transformer. I already explained. Assume that the sine wave on the base of Q1 is positive going and on the base of Q2 is negative going. Okay, with a positive going signal base of Q1, an amplified negative going signal developed across the collector Q1. Can positive apply as we are getting negative signal at Q collector of Q1. Similarly, can negative apply as we are getting positive at collector of Q2. Okay, so due to negative going signal on the base of Q2, an amplifier positive going signal develops at the collector on the collector of Q2, and the negative going signal develops across RE because emitter follower action of Q2. సో ఇక్కడ మన ఇన్పుట్ పాజిటివ్ అయితే ఎమిటర్ దగ్గర పాజిటివ్ కరెంట్ ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ ఎమిటర్ ఇన్పుట్ నెగిటివ్ అయితే ఎమిటర్ దగ్గర నెగిటివ్ కరెంట్ ఉంటుంది బికాస్ ఆఫ్ ఎమిటర్ ఫాలోవర్ యాక్షన్. So the signal voltage across RE due to the effect of Q1 and Q2 which are equal in magnitude and 180 degrees out of phase. See here positive current, here negative current. So both are 180 degrees out of phase. So due to match, hence these two signals cancel each other. The signals at emitter terminals of Q1 and Q2 cancel each other, and there is no signal across emitter resistance. And there is no AC signal current flowing through emitter resistance. Hence RE in this case does not introduce any negative feedback because there is no voltage drop across RE to provide feedback. So when our V0 is output taken across the collector of Q1 and collector of Q2, the two outputs of on collector 1 and collector 2 are equal in magnitude but opposite in polarity. So plus 10 minus 10 diskunte, then V0 is difference between two output signal, right? V0 is difference between these two signals, right? Plus 10 minus 1 minus 10 which becomes 20, right? So hence the differential amplifier output V0 is twice as large as the signal voltage from either collector to ground. ఒక కలెక్టర్ నుంచి ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద కలెక్టర్ టు గ్రౌండ్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ అవుట్పుట్ మీద బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్ అంటే బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఈస్ ట్వైస్ ఆఫ్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్. హియర్ వాట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు సే ఇస్ ద బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్ ఆల్వేస్ ట్వైస్ ఆఫ్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్. అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్ మీన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద కలెక్టర్ గ్రౌండ్ దగ్గర తీసుకున్న అవుట్పుట్ కన్నా బిట్వీన్ టూ కలెక్టర్స్ దగ్గర తీసుకున్న అవుట్పుట్ డబల్ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో నౌ coming to common mode configuration. So this is explained here already in PPT. I will share this PPT in Edmodo after completion of this unit. Okay, so coming to common mode operations, so where two signals are equal in magnitude in phase. That means plus 10 and plus 10. So here VS1 equal to VS2, plus 10 volts and plus 10 volts. When those two, when here plus 10 volts base of Q1, the collector, when the voltage collector is minus 10. So here also base of Q2 is plus 10, the voltage at the collector 2 of Q2 is minus 10. So here both are same. But coming to emitter section, see due to emitter follower action, here if you apply positive input to base of Q1, we are getting positive, I mean current flowing through emitter of Q1. Similarly here also, because of both inputs are equal, we are applying positive input to base of Q2, we are getting again here also positive current. So when both currents are meet here, the both currents are added. That means there will be some finite AC signal developed, and that signal is flowing through this RE, and the voltage is developed across this RE, and the feedback, negative feedback is applied to this circuit. So due to this negative feedback of this circuit, this negative feedback what ఏం చేస్తుందంటే it reduces the common mode gain. So whenever with feedback, without feedback మీ సర్క్యూట్ చూసారు ECA లో, ఎలక్ట్రానిక్ సర్క్యూట్ అనాలిసిస్ లో. విత్ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ సర్క్యూట్ వచ్చేసరికి మీకు గెయిన్ అనేది తగ్గుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో హియర్ ద గెయిన్ అంటే కామన్ మోడ్ గెయిన్, బికాస్ వెన్ టూ ఇన్పుట్ సిగ్నల్స్ ఆర్ ఆపరేటెడ్, when two input signals are equal in all aspects, the differential amplifier operated in common mode. Okay, the differential amplifier operated in common mode. So when both currents are equal in phase, those two currents are added and voltage is developed across RE and the feedback is applied, the feedback decreases the common mode gain of the differential amplifier. Coming to the output section, balanced output, both are equal in magnitude. If it is this is minus 10 and this is minus 10, if you subtract those two things, you are getting zero output at the between two collectors of your differential amplifier. Zero outputs between two collectors of differential amplifier in common mode. So see, ఇక్కడ పాజిటివ్, ఇక్కడ మనకు నెగిటివ్ వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ పాజిటివ్, ఇక్కడ నెగిటివ్ వస్తుంది. సో see, now the output voltage is the difference between two collector voltages which are equal and also in phase. రెండు ఒకటే phase లో ఉన్నాయి. So if you subtract this voltages plus 10 minus of plus 10, which is 0, or minus 10 minus of minus 10, which is also 0, ఏదైనా పర్లేదు. plus 10 of minus plus 10 అయినా 0 నే, minus 10 minus of minus 10 అయినా 0 నే. minus 10 అంటే ఇక్కడ నేను నెగిటివ్ సిగ్నల్ ఇస్తే, ఇక్కడ అప్లై చేయడమే నేను నెగిటివ్ గోయింగ్ సిగ్నల్ ఇస్తే నాకు ఇక్కడ పాజిటివ్ గోయింగ్ సిగ్నల్స్ వస్తాయి. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ నేను పాజిటివ్ గోయింగ్ సిగ్నల్ ఇన్పుట్ ఇస్తే ఇక్కడ నాకు నెగిటివ్ గోయింగ్ సిగ్నల్ అవుట్పుట్ కింద వస్తుంది. ఏదైనా సరే ద బ్యాలెన్స్ అవుట్పుట్ ఇస్ 0 ఇన్ కామన్ మోడ్ ఆపరేషన్. బట్ ఇన్ differential mode we are getting balanced output is double of unbalanced output. This is how the differential amplifier operated in differential mode as well as common mode. When both the input signals are equal in all aspects, the differential amplifier operated in common mode and the output, balanced output measured across two collectors is 0. But when coming to when the input signals are opposite in phase, equal in magnitude, or both are unequal, we are getting some finite balanced output across two collector terminals of two transistors. Okay, is it clear? So this is the how the differential amplifier operated in balanced and unbalanced, operated in differential mode and common mode. Okay, so this is the end of today's class. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
So this is the process, this is the how the amplifier, differential amplifier operated in differential mode and common mode. So the mode of operation is always depends upon input signals, whether they are equal or not equal. If they are equal, operated, the amplifier operated in common mode. If they are not equal, amplifier operated in differential mode. Okay, and also మనకి four combinations ఉన్నాయి, four configurations లో ఈ ఆపరేషన్స్ అనేవి సిమిలర్ గా ఉంటాయి. ఈ టూ మోడ్ ఆఫ్ ఆపరేషన్స్ సిమిలర్. ఆ 4 కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ కి డ్యూయల్ ఇన్పుట్ బ్యాలెన్స్ అవుట్పుట్, డ్యూయల్ ఇన్పుట్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్, సింగిల్ ఇన్పుట్ బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్, సింగిల్ ఇన్పుట్ అన్బ్యాలెన్స్డ్ అవుట్పుట్. Okay, so tomorrow we'll start the DC analysis of differential amplifier. Okay, any doubts?
No, sir.
Sir.
Yeah, hello, any doubts?
No, sir.